Dear brothers and sisters, understand this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For human anger does not accomplish God's righteousness. James 1:19 and 20. Hey girl, hey! We're back with another video. For those of you who are new here, I'm Sky.Onjahnae. Stick around, homegirl, because you're going to love it here. But this is part 2 of my addressing conflict or remaining feminine while in conflict. If you have not watched part 1, you need to stop right here because I have some really good information in that video. Go watch it right here and then come back to this one. Tip number 1 is to remain calm no matter how they act. That's a lot easier said than done because you cannot control how another person acts, but you can control how you respond. If someone goes here, you should not meet them there, okay? You should not give someone that much power over you that you get out of character. You revert back to your old habits. That is not okay. You have to remember that person, if they're coming to you with an issue, they are in an emotional state, so they may not act rationally, which is why that's why you have to remain calm. Because again, it's not about you in this moment. It's about them and how they're trying to convey their emotions to you. Whether they're doing it in a way that's productive or not, that is not up for you to decide in that moment. It's for you to listen. Like the scripture says, slow to anger, slow to speak, quick to listen. You're just listening. Are you remaining calm? It'll de-escalate the situation if they, get irate or they get a little more aggressive. Because if you're not giving them that same energy back, they'll stop. Because then they'll realize, okay, wait, I'm not getting it back. I'm doing too much. And they will come back down to your level, reel it in, and then you all can continue the conversation. And when I say no matter how they act, that means if they're insulting you, you should not insult them back. As Christians, we do not repay insult with insult. We need to repay it with love, kindness. And again, that's easier said than done, but this is why we are working on ourselves. We need to give ourselves grace, and we need to actually implement these strategies so that we can get to that level of womanhood, of femininity, and Christ-like as possible. Which brings me to number 2, and that is to be slow to anger, slow to speak, and quick to listen. This person is coming to you because they genuinely have a problem with something you may have did. There may have been a miscommunication, misunderstanding, whatever the case may be. They are opening up to you about how they feel. So your job is to listen and to not be angry and not to speak over them. Just be quiet. Let them finish their complete sentence. Let them finish their thoughts. Let them get it out and actually listen. A lot of times we listen to respond. We need to listen to understand. Just why, even if they come at you sideways or they come at you in a way that you don't like it, you have to try your hardest to not get angry because, again, remember, like I previously said, they're coming from an emotional state. So you need to control your anger because that'll hinder you from actually hearing and understanding what this person is trying to tell you about, how you make them feel, how the situation make them feel, or however it is that they're expressing themselves to you. And that brings me to number 3. You need to be listening to understand, okay? If you're just listening to react and respond, you're not trying to solve the issue. You're not trying to come to an understanding with that person. You're just trying to get your point across, and that's toxic, that's manipulative, that's aggressive. It's not positive, it's not okay, and it's selfish because this person loves you enough to come to you and express how they feel, and if you're not even trying to understand them, how is that gonna go over for that person? You're gonna just further destroy how they're feeling about you and how they're feeling about this relationship. So you need to take your feelings out of it, okay, and put yourself in their shoes. Whatever, even if you don't fully understand what they're going through, you know what it feels like to be upset, hurt, sad, mad, all of those things. You've experienced those emotions. So put yourself in their shoes when they're coming to you and talk about that. That'll make you soften up your heart and really try to understand where they're coming from. But over trying to explain yourself and prove you're them wrong and prove yourself right, that's not the time for that. When someone tells you how they feel, it is not an open floor for you to start telling them how you feel. Okay? You have multiple times to say and speak your piece before they decide to come to you about how they're feeling. Don't turn their situation, their vulnerability, into something about you. Okay, because that'll make them not even want to open up to you anymore, and that can really destroy a relationship. Now, when it is your time to address an issue with them, by all means, go ahead, but not during their time, okay? And if you did not watch part 1, like I said in the beginning of the video, here is part 1 that will show you how to address a conflict. Like I said, a lot of the information in that video can be used for this video. If someone has come to you with a conflict, you just have that discernment to differentiate when and where to use these certain tips. I gave 7 tips in that video. But if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video.